Welcome back to Cord Cutting today for July 20th, 2023. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now, including Netflix is eliminating their cheapest ad-supported plan. Now, if you're a new subscriber, if you want ad-free, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. Amazon's new home internet is facing some roadblocks. We're going to break down what's happening there. Cable TV makes up a surprisingly small amount of viewership. We'll break this all down and a whole lot more here in a minute. First though, if you like these kind of stories and you want them in your email box, every morning we send out a daily cord cutting newsletter where we include all the biggest stories, mainly the stories I talk about here and others, right to your email box for free. I'll put a link to that to sign up for it in the in the show description down below. It's the first link down there. You can sign up for the free newsletter. Just enter your email address. You can get it for free there. If you want to learn more about these stories though, I will put a link to the stories I talk about here in the first pinned comment and in the show notes, so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'll love to hear from you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families, and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of cable TV. So with that said, let's dive into it, starting off with Netflix is eliminating their cheap ad-free plan. Now, we originally broke the news last month that they were hiding this plan, making it very difficult to add. But now Cordbusters out of the UK spotted that in the US and in the UK, joining Canada, you can no longer get their basic plan. This $9.99 a month plan offered 720p video and an ad-free experience. Now, though, you're going to have to get the $15.49 standard ad-free option or the $19.99 premium option with 4K if you want an ad-free experience. Of course, you can always get the $6.99 with ads version if you so choose. Now, we recently learned that Netflix was having great success, seeing a huge jump in new signups from their password sharing crackdown, forcing people off their mom's accounts, friends' accounts, whoever you may be sharing a password with, to sign up for your own account. This could be employed to try to get them to sign up for higher, more expensive plans rather than offering the cheap 720 ad-free experience. If they want ad-free, now you're going to have to spend about $5 and change more to get that. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this, but not surprising, Netflix is trying to maintain their profitability. They're actually one of the best positioned streaming services out there when it comes to profitability, I've heard. But they want more subscribers to actually pay for it rather than sharing their password with people. And when they do sign up, apparently they want them to sign up for a little bit more expensive plan than the basic $9.99 plan. Now, the good news here is if you have the $9.99 plan, you're fine, as long as you don't change your package. If you change what subscription plan you are getting, if you want to go up to a 4K plan or maybe down to the ad support plan, you won't be able to go back to that $9.99 plan. It will be gone, so keep that in mind. All right, let's keep moving along. Now, we've talked a lot about Amazon's home internet. You know I'm a big fan of bringing more internet options to cord cutters in all kinds of formats. Now, Amazon's home internet would be great for people in rural areas too, because they're the ones that often need the most home internet options without any. Well, they're facing a little bit of pushback. PC Mag reported that they may be experiencing delays, which could force them to delay some of their plans and ask the FCC for an extension on their 2026 deadline. An issue here is ULA, which is a rocket launch company they've partnered with, is testing a new rocket that was intended earlier this year to launch some test satellites for Amazon. That rocket, during early testing, suffered a massive malfunction and blew up, basically. And now they're talking about delaying any future launches of that until late this year. Now, there is hope that Amazon may be able to piggyback these test satellite launches on an older rocket they have as soon as September. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But an issue here is they want to start building satellites this year, up to 5 satellites a day for Amazon, that they will put in a low Earth orbit to offer high-speed internet worldwide. The problem here is they want to first launch some test satellites so they can test out a few ideas they have in actual space, see how they work, which version of the satellite performs better, and then use that data to start the manufacturing later this year. They had hoped to launch these test satellites at the beginning of the year. Now it keeps getting pushed back. Hopefully it won't be pushed back any farther. They do have some other partnerships with like Blue Origin and other places. There's also, like I said, talk that ULA rocket launch company will use one of their older rockets that they already have to be able to launch these satellites into space. We'll see. According to PC Mag, if they don't get moving on this soon, Amazon may struggle to meet their deadlines, which currently is to start testing, private beta testing next year. publicly starting to sell in some areas their high-speed internet in 2025, and then for a 2026 deadline to have half of their 3,000 satellites into space. We'll see what happens with that. All right, next story up. A new report from Nielsen, the company that tracks what everybody's watching, says that cable TV companies like Comcast and Spectrum now make up just 30.6% of all TV viewing. This is actually kind of shockingly low, as streaming is now a more popular way. The real interesting thing here with this, to me, about half of Americans pay for cable TV, but only 30% or so of viewing of TV happens on traditional cable TV providers. The rest are broadcast television. The rest are things like streaming. So that means that even people who are paying for cable TV are increasingly spending a majority of their time on streaming, which is something I've heard for years. A lot of people have often told me one of the driving factors of becoming a cord cutter was the fact that they realized that most of their viewing was already on these streaming services, and they were very rarely going back to their cable provider to watch something there. And often it was local so they could get with an antenna. I suspect that the same thing's happening with these people. That what we're seeing here is a lot of people who are still paying for cable TV are using it less than half of their time. A majority of their viewing is moving over to streaming. Now, I don't have hard numbers to back that up. It's just an educated opinion here from my experience of doing this for almost 10 years now, and from this report. Now, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. They've slowly, every time these reports come out, see less and less cable TV viewing. There is one catch here. This was for June. June is a typically slow TV month with not a lot of big shows happening. A lot of sporting events have come to an end in June and more. Could see a little bump in cable viewing later this year. But I think the overall trend, the fact that the majority of viewing is happening on streaming, is something we've seen for month after month. And I don't think that's going away anytime soon. We'll keep a very close eye on this story, but let me know, were you like me? Was one of the reasons you canceled cable TV or satellite or wherever you may do because you realize, hey, most of my streaming is on these services, on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Peacock, Paramount Plus, etc. Was that a deciding factor? Let me know. All right, if you're a Pac-12 or you're just a football, basketball fan, you may be watching some of your games on Amazon or Apple TV Plus soon. ESPN reported yesterday that the new Pac12 deal is expected soon, and it will be a mixture of both traditional TV providers, like maybe ESPN has been rumored as one of the partners, and streaming services. And other reports have said that Amazon and Apple TV are the primary bidders right now for the streaming side of the deal. We already see Big Ten limitedly do this, where a few Big Ten games will be on Peacock this fall. This sounds like a much bigger deal where a lot of games from the Pac-12 basketball and football will end up on a streaming service. Now, Yahoo Sports' reporters come out and said, not so fast, we're not expecting it this week. There was some rumor that at a press event on Friday we may get this deal announced. But it does sound like it's coming soon. It does sound like increasingly the rumor mill is saying streaming with Apple TV Plus and Amazon being the primary beneficiaries of this deal could be a reality. I've said this before, sports is one of the biggest things keeping TV alive. It's one of the few things people still watch live, and when they watch it live, they actually watch the ads. Where a lot of people are moving traditional primetime viewing to on-demand, where they can fast forward through ads or have a fewer ad set. Sports are also being seen as ways for streaming services to pull in subscribers. That, hey, you may not subscribe to me normally, like Peacock, but if you have Big Ten football games, maybe you will subscribe so you can watch Big Ten games. There's also Max in this wild card thing. There's rumors that Max wants to get more live sports. Will they be a dark horse entry into this last minute bidding and maybe scoop up some Pac-12 rights? Who knows? We'll have to keep a close eye on it. All right, moving along, a lot of stories to cover real quick. Vizio's Watch Free, if you're a Vizio TV customer, their free ad-supported service, added 20 new local news channels. They're increasingly, once again, making local news even easier to watch for free on demand. Now, this isn't a live feed of the local channel. It's live local news in 20 different markets. I have a full list of all the channels in the story down below. Philo is adding 9 new channels, including Chicken Soup for the Soul. This is a collaborative effort here to bring more free content. Now, this isn't content counting towards your base package of Philo, just a way for them to advertise they have more channels. That's a great move for them because now they'll be able to offer more content, keep people inside the Philo app there. But if you're paying for Philo, I won't worry about it. These are free channels that are being added. Comcast is doing the same thing. Fubo is doing the same thing. Even heard rumors, I don't know how true they are, that YouTube TV may add some more free content. They already kind of have. T2 is a free channel from the tennis channel that was recently added to YouTube TV. So we'll keep an eye on this, but 9 new channels, all of them listed in the show notes down below. And lastly, DirecTV and DirecTV Stream have lost CW programming after Nexstar blocks their access. Now, Nexstar-owned DirecTV or Nexstar-owned CW networks have already been pulled from DirecTV and DirecTV Stream as part of their big content negotiation fight there that's getting quite ugly. Well, now Nexstar has told Sinclair that they are not allowed to air CW primetime content on DirecTV or DirecTV Stream. So Sinclair had to block that access to it. DirecTV filed an FCC complaint about this and sent a copy of that letter to Core Cars News for us to take a look at. We got a good chunk of that in there, the key points of it, if you want to read it. But increasingly, this fight between DirecTV and Nexstar is getting ugly. Does not show any sign of ending anytime soon, though weirder things have happened. But earlier this month, Nexstar told Sinclair, hey, that's great that you have a deal with DirecTV to air the CWs on DirecTV Stream and DirecTV. Too bad, we are not going to authorize those national programs to be aired there. You're going to have to stop offering them. Unfortunately, it is what it is. If you're stuck in the middle here being a DirecTV or DirecTV Stream subscriber, you can use the CW app, you can use an antenna. Would be my recommendation to get around these blackouts with it. With that said, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday. We'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Have a fantastic day.